And ladies and gentlemen, welcome back once again. We thank you for joining us live from Anaheim, California, as we await to hear from the challenger to the Universal Championship, Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan basically stating that he's in it for the long haul here. He's made his return. He's come back from his injury, and he's serious about rekindling his WWE career and moving to the top of the mountain. And in order to do that, he's going to have to defeat the man known as Sting, the legend, the Hall of Famer, the Universal Champion. Daniel Bryan made his return at the Royal Rumble, obviously winning that match in spectacular fashion. If you missed it, I do recommend you go back and watch that pay-per-view, because it was one of the best that we've ever seen. But Daniel Bryan, again, he earned his spot, and he's gone through Heath Slater. He said he got rid of that little gnat, and he's not bothered by him anymore, and seems like Heath Slater and Sting have kind of cut ties off over the recent weeks. So now it's just down to Daniel Bryan and this man, your Universal Champion. And again, I mean, you're talking about one of the best the business has ever seen. I know you always hear about the Hulk Hogans and the Rocks and the Stone Colds, but man, back in the day, this guy was kicking it in WCW. Sting was WCW. Before the NWO came in and took over, Sting was the man of the 90s down in WCW, down in Atlanta. And he is no stranger to world championships. Let's hear what he has to say to Daniel Bryan. Basically, he's out here giving praise to the WWE Universe, stating without them, none of this would be possible. Even Daniel Bryan's return wouldn't have been as successful without the WWE Universe, so shout out to them for their passion and fire. Excuse me.
Okay.
But now getting down to business, basically Daniel Bryan stating what I just said. All the obstacles are out of the way. He's won the Royal Rumble, defeating 29 other men to earn the opportunity, and even Sting threw his little protege Heath Slater at Daniel Bryan, and Daniel Bryan was able to overcome that. So now there's nothing left but the crying. These guys are going to have one match, putting it all on the line. And one of these two legends basically is going to walk away with that Universal Championship and become the #1 man here on Raw. And in recent weeks, we have seen a little bit of abrasion with these two, which is, it's kind of surprising. Again, two of the better good guys in the business, and we don't really see a lot of cheap, dirty tactics out of them. But again, when you have a match of this caliber coming up, you really do have to psych yourself and pump yourself up and try to get under the other guy's skin. But it seems like these two do still have a lot of respect for each other, and they have agreed that they're just going to go out there and lay it all on the line and give 110%, and basically may the best man win. And I am more than pumped for this match. I cannot wait. Daniel Bryan has laid down the gauntlet. Sting has accepted the challenge, and that Universal Championship will be on the line. That will be contested this Sunday night in 6 days on the biggest stage of them all, as Sting holds that title up in Daniel Bryan's face. And again, this is just going to be a competitive match between two of the best in the business. Sting saying, you don't need to be worrying about all these people, you need to worry about me. But look at that, Daniel Bryan walking away with a little bit of a shoulder bump there to Sting, letting him know not to be taken lightly. I am pumped for this match. And we welcome you back once again, live from Anaheim, California, as we see Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose already in the ring, awaiting the arrival of the War Raiders. And as you can see, once again, when these guys enter the building, man, all hell breaks loose. We have seen some impressive outings from the War Machine, who lately, in recent weeks, really since arriving here on the scene on Monday Night Raw with Curtis Axel at the helm, barking the orders out, War Machine's pretty much had their sights set on Roman Reigns and Roman Reigns alone. For whatever reason, again, when you go around calling yourself the big dog and saying this is your yard, I mean, you're putting a target on your own back there. And War Machine has been able to pick their spots, so to say, attacking Roman Reigns when Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose weren't available. And there again, you see getting in the shot there, screwing everything up, Curtis Axel. Good for nothing, Curtis Axel. No, I'm just playing. Curtis Axel, we've seen quite the rise in him over the last year, but right now he's taking quite a fall there with Dean Ambrose attacking him straight up. And again, Ambrose and Rollins, they know who the real mastermind between the War Raiders is. And it's not Rowe or Hanson, unfortunately. It is Curtis Axel, devious bastard. Rollins over there waiting his turn to get in this match, but Dean Ambrose with a hell of a counter there, big DDT. And he's got the crowd in the palm of his hand. These guys, this WWE Universe has got to be looking forward to seeing the War Raiders get their comeuppance. Again, for the last few weeks, they've been able to pick Roman Reigns apart, attacking him after matches. And last week, Randy Orton had baited AJ Styles into running away from the match back to, backstage to look for Randy Orton, which we never really found out if AJ found him or not. But I guess Orton made it out alive. But that left the War Raiders in the ring with Roman Reigns by himself. And again, we saw a familiar sight. These guys really did a lot of damage, and I don't think you're going to be seeing Roman Reigns here tonight. He's kind of been off and on the shelf, after taking the ass whoopings that Curtis Axel's jacket is alluding to. Don't take the ass whoopings personally. It is just business. That is the War Machine. That is perfect protection. And you gotta really think, man. Curtis Axel. Is there anyone in this company that is more protected than Curtis Axel? I mean, he's got the War Raiders watching his back, doing his bidding over here on Raw. He's got the dominant AOP, the Authors of Pain, taking care of business over on SmackDown. I mean, those are two legitimate teams that, man, you don't want to be caught in the dark alley with any of those guys. But also announced earlier tonight, we did find out during the commercial break that the Raw Women's Championship for WrestleMania, the match has been decided. Chris Jericho has stated that since there is no clear-cut #1 contender to the Raw Women's Championship, we're going to have ourselves a 6-way match. Basically a battle royal type elimination match where, the last woman standing is going to walk away with the Raw Women's Championship that Ember Moon currently holds. And there you see Curtis Axel sliding a chair in the ring there. As Raymond Rose able to dive out there and get that crucial tag to Hanson, and Hanson's running over Dean Ambrose like a frickin' bus, just trucking his ass. But anyway, the Raw Women's Championship, the match is going to consist of 6 women, and it's the 6 women who have been involved in that title chase over the last month or so. And you're going to see Alexa Bliss versus Asuka versus Naomi versus Nia Jax versus Liv Morgan versus the Raw Women's Champion, Ember Moon. So there's going to be a lot of talent in that ring vying for that championship. The odds are stacked against Ember Moon, but you know what? I'm sure she's completely fine with that. Dean Ambrose with a nice comeback neck breaker there. He's going up to the top, looking to deliver a big elbow drop to Hanson. And again, we have seen War Machine. They're human. They're not indestructible. We have seen Roman Reigns and AJ Styles took it to him last week, and had it not been for the Randy Orton distraction and provoking AJ Styles to abandon Roman Reigns, I don't know if War Raiders would have been able to pick up that victory. And you keep hearing me call them War Machine, but they want to be called the War Raiders now. So that's and a lunatic fringe elbow drop from the top there. Dean Ambrose might be looking to end this, hit that dirty deeds on Hanson and put him away. And Ambrose is primed. He missed a punch. I don't know what he's doing. Dancing? Is he dancing with Hanson? And he rolls up the big, fat, sweaty dude, hooks his arms, boom! And that's a dirty deeds, but Raymond Rowe had the referee's attention. That's going to be it. No, Hansen kicked out. Rollins was able to cut the ring off and cut Rowe off for making the save, but Hansen, showing us some of that toughness and resiliency, he was able to kick out of Dean Ambrose's dirty deeds. And Ambrose slowly making his way back to his feet. Hansen's no worse for the wear down there. He hasn't really recovered from that yet. As you get the ever-dangerous architect, Seth Rollins, in there. And again, you talk about somebody that can get fired up real quick. Rollins with a nice reversal. Oh, the hell of a knee to the schnoz. Rollins up to the top with that beautiful Phoenix splash. And he's got... I thought that was going to be it. I was going to say he's got Hansen down for a cover there. Hansen was able to kick out again. And here we go, the Revolution knee, bang! Right to that jaw. Hansen is taking a beating here tonight. That may be it. Oh my God! Now that was 2 7/8. But Rollins sets him up for a curb stomp. Nobody kicks out of that one. Hansen is down. That's got to be it. 1, 2, and... What? Are you kidding me right now?
Showing very few signs of life here.
These Rollins and Ambrose are throwing everything they got at this guy, and they cannot keep him down for 3. Hansen able to kick out of the dirty deeds, the Revolution knee, and a curb stomp with no help from anyone. And that's what makes these guys dangerous, man. You got Curtis Axel roaming around on the outside, but when you get down to it, I really don't think the War Raiders need the services of Curtis Axel. It's the other way around. Curtis Axel is employing the services and protection of the War Raiders. Dean Ambrose in a little bit of trouble here as Hansen makes his way back up to his feet. And that's obviously where he's going to be the most dangerous, but wisely enough, he whips Ambrose into the corner. I'm sure he's going to be making a tag here. I'm not sure what the delay is. You can see the blood dripping down his forehead, but nothing new for Raymond Rowe and Hansen. And look at his double team move. A nice squash there. It's a nice little assisted senton. Raymond Rowe, I don't know if you consider him the power of the team. I think they're both pretty damn powerful, but Hansen's definitely the heavy. Dean Ambrose is in trouble all of a sudden. You blink and you're on the defensive here. And there you go, Dean Ambrose able to counter that. Getting fired up, getting back into it, delivering some forearm shots. And another one. And Dean Ambrose off the corner, coming in with a head of steam. Boom! Follows it up with a bulldog. But Raymond Rowe able to throw him off. And again, there you see the power on display of War Raiders. These guys are modern-day Vikings, absolutely. But Dean Ambrose, man, don't count him out in a bar fight. He's exhausted, though. Ambrose is out of energy here. I think he'd be wise to make a tag over to Rollins, but he's, I guess he feels like he has it under control. And he's setting Raymond Rowe up. And he's going to hit him with that lunatic fringe elbow. Didn't get the job done against Hansen, but maybe against Rowe. And there you see the ring presence, the smartness of Dean Ambrose and the veteran Seth Rollins. Ambrose drug Raymond Rowe over to the corner, setting him up for the dirty deeds, which is going to, I'm sure he's going to cover him for the pin. That's going to make Hansen have to come a little bit further to break up the pin. And Curtis Axel, what a dirty scumbag piece of shit Curtis Axel is. He pulled the referee out of the ring. Seth Rollins did what he needed to do, and he was able to cut Hansen off, and Curtis Axel saw that happen, and he gets under your skin, doesn't he? Again, you talk about a little gnat that just won't go away, but Seth Rollins, God almighty. Rollins just launched himself out there. I think the referee told Axel to hit the bricks right before he got slammed into the guardrail there. Rollins just suicide dove and took out both of them. Curtis Axel has left the arena. Well, he's left the ringside area. Again, if he comes back down, he's going to be disqualified, get his team disqualified. The referee's still out cold. Here he comes sliding back in the ring now. And Ambrose has a suplex reversed. And again, that's the protection. That's what Curtis Axel can provide these guys. Just that little bit of time to get back on the offensive and get things back under control. I truly believe Rowe was beat right there. I don't think he was going to be kicking out of that Dirty Deeds. Nice back suplex from Ambrose. And again, I'm a little shocked that Ambrose hasn't made a tag to Rollins yet. He's been in there for a while. But again, it looks like he's got things back under control here. So that's the thing about tag team wrestling. It's at your discretion. I guess Hanson, I don't see Hanson anywhere either. And another lunatic fringe elbow drop. Dean's going for the cover here, and that might do it. Hanson slides back in, but he couldn't get there in time. Raymond Rowe is able to kick out regardless. But you know what's coming next. Hanson is down on the ground again. He's beat. A hell of a shot there from Raymond Rowe. That could have just knocked Ambrose out. Caught him by surprise, definitely. He took a big fist between the eyes. And make no mistake, Raymond Rowe is one tough SOB himself. And he's setting Ambrose up now. We've seen this before to Roman Reigns. Oh, what a slam. But Seth Rollins is there. He's able to break it up. And here comes Hanson. And we got all four guys in the ring now. And the bloodied Hanson just gets rid of Seth Rollins. Raymond Rowe is in control of Dean Ambrose. This does not look good for the Shield. Rollins able to make it to his feet back out there, but again, Ambrose has been in there for a long time. He should have made a tag 2 or 3 separate times that I count. Rowe's dragging him all over the ring. I don't know what he's doing now. I think he lost his train of thought. He's not sure what the hell. What is he doing? He's just grabbing his arm and his leg. Raymond Rowe finally decides to drag Ambrose's lifeless body over to the corner, but again, Ambrose rolls out. Using his quickness there, he rolls out and wisely runs to the other side of the ring. Hanson cutting him off, but Ambrose able to get some boots in there to the gut and a nice suplex. And again, Ambrose has got to tag Rollins. Come on. He's in there just doing it himself. And here we go. He's setting him up for one more Dirty Deeds. Hanson's right over the ropes, though. No, he's not going to make it. Rollins. Oh, Rollins couldn't get to Raymond Rowe in time. And Rowe broke up the count, and this match continues. Ambrose goes for the quick cover again, but Hanson able to kick out of that. I'm sorry. And we got Raymond Rowe locked on Seth Rollins' knee. Oh, I don't know if the camera picked that up. Raymond Rowe just slammed Seth Rollins' knee into that concrete on the outside. Hanson fighting back as this match goes on. He's getting bloodier and bloodier, but man, still able to pull off nice suplexes like that. Very, very capable inside these ropes. Hanson's going for another big suplex, but Ambrose wisely counters that with a knee to the head and digs at that bloody cut one more time, opening him up a little bit more. And finally, there you go, Dean Ambrose finally able to make a tag. And look at Hanson. My God, he's definitely going to need some medical attention after this match, but how can you really be upset about that after everything they've done to Roman Reigns over the last few weeks? Oh, and the referee! The referee got knocked down, and then Rollins got knocked on top of him. That was a little bit of a miscue there. No, Raymond Rowe fighting back here, and this has been a hell of a match. Nothing but a tag team dogfight here. I mean, once we got Curtis Axel out of there, it seems like the playing field was evened out a little bit. Now it's just 4 warriors going at it. And Rowe with a nice counter there into a back body drop hip toss type maneuver. A straight shot. Another big fist to Rollins' face. Rollins is up, though. You can't keep this guy down when he gets fired up. And here we go. Rollins sends him into the ropes and tries that single leg drop kick, but Rose able to fight it off. Oh, and a nice jawbreaker. And you got to think Roman Reigns is at home watching this right now. He's got to be sitting there with a big smile on his face. Win or lose here. I mean, he's done the damage to the War Raiders. And I know Roman Reigns can't wait to get his hands on these guys. Rollins drags him over the corner there. Is he going to make a tag to Ambrose? I don't know if Ambrose is quite ready to come in yet. He's still looking like he's a little gassed over there. And rightfully so. No, Rollins is setting him up for that Revolution knee. And that one had some steam on it. 1, 2, and 3. That's it. Ambrose was able to knock Hansen off. Hansen didn't even try to come in there to break up the pin. You got to wonder if the blood was in his eyes so much that he might not have even seen what was going on. For whatever reason, he didn't try to come in and break up the pin. I'm going to think that's what it was. He had so much blood dripping down his face from this. That curb stomp busted him open. And from there, I mean, this was just a dog fight back and forth, but it was a world-class match. I got to give it up for all 4 of these guys. Hell of a match there as the Shield gets some retribution on the War Raiders. Sunday night, these two teams will meet in a 3-on-3 match at WrestleMania. Curtis Axel and War Machine, you will have to face the Shield in its entirety. As we see now, Kevin Owens backstage. He cannot be happy after losing that match. And again, Renee Young trying to get a word, but Kevin Owens looks like he was making a beeline to the general manager. And what do we got here? Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho. Oh my God! Oh my God! And Chris Jericho. What? These guys are breaking it down right here in the back. Kevin Owens, I'm sure that's going to be some sort of a fine. And you got to wonder what kind of retaliation Chris Jericho is going to have to face. As the general manager, he cannot put his hands on a WWE superstar. That is a big no-no, but for some reason, I mean, Kevin Owens has been out of control lately. As we saw him attacking referees on Main Event after the match last week, and now here he took the loss in the European Championship elimination. Oh, the triple threat match. And he delivers a trash can right to the skull of Chris Jericho. And keep in mind, Chris Jericho is not an active wrestler. He is our general manager of Raw. But he has also just been put through a table. Kevin Owens is on a warpath, ladies and gentlemen, the last few weeks. Is there anybody that can keep this guy under control? But there you go, Jericho with the heart of a lion, T-Heat, able to fight back. But Owens just has too much of a jump on him. Oh my God, he just slammed him into the locker. And there is no help for Chris Jericho. This is, I have a feeling this is a little bit personal. These two, again, just a few months ago, these guys were best friends, them and Sami Zayn, and they had the Canuck connection going on, and Chris Jericho became the general manager of Raw, and it seemed like he kind of left Owens and Zayn behind. Owens took it to exception that he wasn't just being handed opportunities from his friend. He had to go out there and work for it, and he was put in that elimination series just like everybody else. And I think Owens feels like he's entitled to a championship match, but Chris Jericho doesn't see it that way. And now he's paying the price. The Kevin Owens Fury, and he's whipped into that old school big screen TV, which I don't know where it came from or why we have it here. I mean, that thing's got to be at least 15 years old. But anyway, oh, Chris Jericho's in a lot of trouble. What is? He may have a concussion. And Kevin Owens! Oh my God! Kevin Owens just speared Chris Jericho into that TV. Unbelievable. We got some sparks firing there. Somebody better have the fire department on hold. And he's not done. He's grabbing a chair. Enough's enough, man. Oh my God! Across the back of Jericho. Oh, and another shot. Kevin Owens has officially taken this too far. There has got to be some fallout for this. My God, ladies and gentlemen, another chair shot to Chris Jericho. We're going to need some medical help for Chris. This is unbelievable. Kevin Owens has officially just snapped. This guy he's in his own world. He thinks he can do whatever the hell he wants. And what the hell? A big super kick. Oh my God! Another enormous super kick to the face of Chris Jericho. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have to get some medical attention for Chris, but when we come back, you'll see this great tag team. Oh, I can't even talk. Come right back. Oh my. Well, welcome back once again, fans. I apologize for the little mishap there before we went off the air. I'm speechless at what Kevin Owens just did to his former friend. I mean, Chris Jericho, he slammed him through a table. He threw him into the lockers. He speared him into a TV, multiple chair shots. And then to finish him off, he gave him a super kick where Jericho, I believe he hit the back of his head on that locker, on the safe that was attached to the locker is what it looked like. Now I can't confirm, but Chris Jericho is receiving medical attention. He's been transported to the local hospital here in Anaheim, and obviously we hope our general manager the best, you know, and there's got to be some fallout for that. Kevin, you can't just go around doing what you want to do, man. And I understand you feel entitled, and I understand you feel like you're owed things, and you're higher on the totem pole, and I get all that, man, but you can't just go around doing this shit. Last week he took out 2 referees. This week he takes out the general manager. Who's next? Me? Vince McMahon? I mean, something's got to be done about Kevin Owens, that's for damn sure. But anyway, I'm gonna get off of that subject now, because my attention is absolutely going to be focused on the match at hand. Believe me. We got Cesaro teaming up with AJ Styles. And these guys are going to get a chance to get their hands on their rivals here, Randy Orton and Sheamus, in a tag team match. And believe me, this match has all the makings of a barn burner. This is like a shed full of dynamite, you know? I mean, one little spark and this is going to explode here as we get ready for the Legend Killer. And you talk about both of these matches, really. Again, we have both matches signed for WrestleMania. Randy Orton's going to be taking on AJ Styles in a no-holds-barred, no disqualification. Basically, it's a non-sanctioned match where, you know, they can go out and beat the shit. They can kill each other, whatever. And, you know, WWE's not going to be held responsible. This rivalry is about more than business to them. This is about as personal as it gets. I mean, again, you go back to the Royal Rumble and remember on the pre-show what Randy Orton did to the AJ Styles fan club member, and again, it was just one of the most despicable, sickening things we've ever seen. I would say it was worse than anything that Kevin Owens has done tonight, and that's saying a lot. But again, that got the attention of AJ Styles, absolutely. And these two have been in the ring before, and they put on some 5-star classics. But again, I wouldn't be looking forward to a wrestling match on Sunday night with these two. And then on the other side of that coin, of course, you have the former tag team champions, The Bar. Sheamus and Cesaro, one of the most dominant tag teams we've had here on Raw. I mean, one of the best tag teams in WWE over the last few years. That is not the case anymore. As we see the Celtic Warrior making his way out here. And again, their whole team, their whole mindset was based on competitiveness, you know? Sheamus and Cesaro one-upping each other, and, you know, who can get the fans on their side, who can impress fans more, who can beat the shit out of the opponent better than the other one, you know? And it was all fun, and it was all great, and it worked. Once they got on the same page, these guys were dominant. Again, I mean, they're made for each other. They're cut from the same mold, you know? 2 Europeans, I mean, it just made sense, but recently they've they've let the competition, the competitiveness get the better of them. And as you see here, we can't even get this match started. Why am I not surprised? But 6 days out from WrestleMania, I'm not going to be complaining about heated rivalries, that's for sure. That's kind of what you want going into Mania. Sheamus and Cesaro, I don't know if it gets any more heated than these two rivalries we have right here. Sheamus and Cesaro have done nothing but fight each other for weeks. And when I say fight each other, I don't mean in the ring. Yes, we have attempted to put them in the ring one-on-one with each other a few times. But obviously we can't get a clear-cut winner because the match never stays in the ring. They fight in the crowd, they fight at ringside, they fight on the stage, they fight in the gorilla, area, they fight in the locker rooms, they fight in the parking lot. There was even word these guys were fighting in the hotel, but I mean, there's a lot of bad blood there. And again, and there you go. Cesaro is in the ring with the 5-star world-class athlete Randy Orton. What is he, a 12-time WWE, 13-time WWE champion? And Cesaro still decides to go over and mess with Sheamus. But here we go. Like I said, we got the phenomenal AJ Styles in there with Randy Orton, finally getting a chance to get his hands on him here tonight a little bit. And I'm sure this is just going to be a feel-out for AJ Styles. He's going to let it all hang out Sunday night, but no weapons tonight, and, disqualifications are in effect, but I don't think AJ cares. He's teeing off on Orton right now. Orton able to fight out of that corner, but AJ catches him with that back elbow. And Orton fights out again. He knows he's in dangerous territory. And AJ just relentless, determined to get him in that corner for a nice double hip toss. Good double team move there from two guys I don't believe have ever really teamed up before. And there you go. We see the power of Cesaro. And I'm sure anything he can do to soften up Randy Orton before Sunday is going to be much appreciated by the phenomenal one. And Orton with a nice DDT there. Don't ever take this guy lightly. Again, he's been around. He's been around for, 14, 15 years now. Multiple Intercontinental titles, multiple World Championships. And there's a reason for it. And again, the same could be said about Sheamus. This guy's been around for a long time. Multiple championships, multiple WWE title runs. I mean, been in there with the best of the best, beaten the best of the best. Cesaro's going to have his hands full Sunday night. I mean, but you got to think, who knows Sheamus better than Cesaro? And who knows Cesaro better than Sheamus? Wow! And it doesn't matter how well you know an opponent. Right there, AJ Styles proves somebody can hit you out of nowhere. As Randy Orton knows all too well. He's very familiar with that phrase. And Cesaro perched on the top there like a gargoyle, just waiting for Sheamus to get up. Sheamus able to make that desperation tag, and Cesaro says, well, here you go. Serve him up, and here we go. AJ flattens Orton with a clothesline there, head full of steam. And he's got him in the calf killer. He's going for the calf killer. AJ's trying to put Orton away here, or at least inflict as much pain as possible. And I'm sure he's going to be enjoying inflicting that pain Sunday night. AJ lets go of that. He knows he wasn't going to get a submission out of the great Randy Orton. I don't know. Looks like he's urging him to his feet here, though. He could be calling for a finish. Oh, Orton catches him with a back elbow and an RKO out of nowhere. Just like that. Luckily, AJ's hand was under the ropes, but that's how quick it can happen, folks. When I say out of nowhere, I freaking mean. Randy Orton was dead to rights. And he just spun AJ around and hit that RKO, and you can see the effect. AJ still not back to his feet, crawling across the ring, trying to get that tag. Able to roll back to his feet, but he's on the ropes, and Sheamus takes advantage. And Sheamus has got AJ in trouble out there. Cesaro's trying to do what he can, but oh man, that was effective. Oh yeah, double foot stomp to Sheamus there, helping out AJ Styles, helping out his partner. Now AJ Styles and Cesaro, they're not friends by any means, but I mean, common enemies create friends, so No, Cesaro whipped into the ring, but Sheamus can't fight two men at one time, especially not two of this caliber. AJ's got Sheamus on the ropes here, on the rail, pounding him down. Cesaro's a little bit jealous. He wants to get some shots in there himself. Kick to the gut. And Sheamus is up, and he's in some trouble. And we're in an 8 count. Yeah. Oh, my God! And Cesaro just attempted to break the back of Sheamus in half as AJ gets in and breaks up the count, which allows Cesaro to do some more damage. He went for a dive there on Orton, but Orton kind of shimmied out of the way. I think AJ hit that wall. I think the biggest problem in this match is the opponents can't really, they can't focus on who they need to focus on. Wow! What a spinal tap to the outside, Randy Orton. And AJ soaking it all in here. He is hyped. A beautiful back elbow. And he's got Sheamus up, and he's going to hit him with that Styles Clash. This could be it. Roll him over. He rolls Sheamus over. Orton's out on the outside. What? Rope break? I'm going to have to take a look at a replay on that because I didn't see anybody touching the ropes. Sheamus able to kick out as AJ goes for a conventional cover. No. You talk about somebody that's got some hands to throw. Sheamus is one of the best strikers in the business, in my opinion. There's a lot of guys that I'd line up first to take some punches to the face before Sheamus. But AJ's showing he can go too. You see the noticeable size difference, but AJ can throw them hands. Oh! And a TKO stunner over the top rope. Forces Sheamus to the outside, and AJ gets a chance to make a tag. And I got to say, on a personal note, we've been treated to 2 spectacular tag team matches here tonight on Raw. Cesaro whips Sheamus into the ropes. And again, no matter who comes out the winner here, I think some damage is done. You know, the whole point of this match isn't necessarily to win the match. I mean, that's nice. It's nice to pour the salt in the wound to your opponent, but the point of this match, I believe, is really just to soften up soften up your rival. And there we go for the second time. Cesaro powerbombs Sheamus on that rail. Picks him up, picks up the dead weight. And Cesaro's hitting the Three Amigos here, the gut wrench version. Excuse me. And the third one, Sheamus lucky to not hit those steps there. I thought he was going to catch his hip. And we're looking at a count-out victory, but Cesaro breaks it up. Again, he doesn't want to win that way. Maybe it wasn't about winning. Maybe it was just about inflicting more pain. Again, he just slams Sheamus into those steel, unforgiving steps. Sheamus is in some trouble. And again, Orton and Sheamus aren't best friends. They've had their fair share of troubles over the years, and Orton showing he's in no hurry to get over there and help Sheamus out. Cesaro's in complete control of his former tag team partner here. And here we go. He's got him in the neutralizer. Cesaro hit the neutralizer on Sheamus. That could do it. This would be an embarrassing fall for Sheamus. Absolute embarrassment. Orton is absolutely in no hurry to get in there. And I think I just saw AJ Styles break the pin up. He kind of kicked Cesaro. Oh my God! AJ just kicked Cesaro off of there, telling him, keep going, keep inflicting the pain. He went over there and took out Randy Orton with another impressive move. Cesaro just went for a neck whip there, but Sheamus dodged it, and that's where the trouble comes in of not pinning your opponent when you have the chance. But when you're the peak of technique like Cesaro, man, he is in control. And again, who knows Sheamus better than Cesaro? Oh man, what a knee to the face. And the Celtic Warrior finds himself in a world of hurt right now. Cesaro's loving every second of this. Whips him into the corner. Looks like we got some blood coming out of Sheamus there. Nothing new to him. I'm sure he'll be alright. A beautiful counter by Cesaro. AJ looks like he's a little gassed out there. Again, this match has been going on for quite some time. And then there's that neck whip Cesaro was looking for. He's picking Sheamus back up to his feet here and delivers an enormous elevated Swiss uppercut. Oh! And he knocks Randy Orton off. I think Orton hit the guardrail on his way down. And Cesaro has got Sheamus in trouble. And that's the Ricola Bomb. Cesaro pulled out the Ricola Bomb. 1, 2, and Cesaro owns a victory over Sheamus, heading into WrestleMania Sunday night. What a match! Ladies and gentlemen, we have been privy. Oh, I see the rope break. Okay, Sheamus with the ring presence and awareness there. He had his hand under the ropes. And I got to give it to the referee. The referee caught that. I missed that on, in live action. I missed that, but big up to the ref. But anyway, hell of a match there. Cesaro and AJ Styles come out victorious, and I'm sure these next few days are going to be like waiting on pins and needles. These guys are hyped for WrestleMania, and so am I. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to take a quick commercial break. Be sure to come right back. We're going to hear from the Intercontinental Champion, Aleister Black, when we return. And we welcome you back once again. Thank you for joining us as we have taken our final commercial break. And as promised, the Intercontinental Champion, Aleister Black, is on his way out to the ring right now. And he's, surprisingly, Aleister Black finds himself locked in a little back and forth with The Undertaker in recent weeks. I'm not sure. Undertaker seemed to be the one issuing the challenge, really. But, now we haven't seen The Undertaker, but we saw Aleister Black out here. He had a match against AJ Styles for that Intercontinental Championship. And The Undertaker, well, I'm not going to say. The Undertaker's video and entrance theme started playing. When the lights came back on, we saw Aleister Black just laid out cold in the middle of the ring. So I don't know. A lot of people were speculating that was The Undertaker. I don't know. But regardless, the Intercontinental Champ last week, we saw him kind of poking the bear a little bit, and he was dressed up in an Undertaker tribute type attire, delivering his state of the address, or pretty much calling the Undertaker out last week, and we didn't see hide nor hair of the Undertaker, so that was a no-show. But tonight, the Intercontinental Champion is here to set the record straight as far as what's going on. And that would be an interesting match. I'm not going to speculate. I don't know what Aleister Black's going to be saying out here, but we do know the WWE Universe, they're pretty keen on this guy. They're impressed with him so far, and so am I. He's held that title for a long time now. And yes, Aleister Black is addressing the Undertaker issues in recent weeks. And basically stating, if you want some, come get some. Aleister Black is challenging the Undertaker for WrestleMania and willing to put the Intercontinental Championship on the line. Holy cow. Aleister Black has challenged the Undertaker for a match at WrestleMania. And ladies and gentlemen, wait a minute. Oh my God, there he is! The Undertaker! The Undertaker's got Aleister Black! And a choke slam is delivered to the Dutch Destroyer! The Undertaker picks him up for a tombstone! And the statement has been made, the challenge has been accepted. The Undertaker out of nowhere shows up in Anaheim tonight to deliver the pain to Aleister Black. And The Undertaker will be competing for the Intercontinental Championship against Black at WrestleMania in 6 days. Ladies and gentlemen, The Undertaker takes on the new evil, do not miss that. We are way out of time tonight. We're way over. We thank you for joining us. Please join us for WrestleMania. Good night.